Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ryan, and welcome to Speak Up. Today, we're talking about fast English speaking. Many people think speaking fast means just saying words quickly, but that's not true. Fast English speaking means talking smoothly, clearly, and with confidence, even when the speed is a little quicker than normal. You've probably heard someone speak English fast, and it sounds easy and natural, right? That's because they know how to move from one idea to the next without stopping too much. Today, we'll share tips that can help you do the same.
Hi, I'm Priya. I'm happy to be here. Fast English speaking is very useful when you're talking in a group, giving a presentation, or even having a quick chat with someone. But remember, it's not about rushing. It's about speaking clearly while keeping a good speed. You want people to understand you, even if you're talking fast. So things like choosing the right words, knowing how to say them correctly, and not pausing too much, these all help. We'll be talking about simple ways to practice these things today.
That's right, Priya. Let's look at where fast speaking really helps. Imagine you're giving a short talk or explaining something quickly. You need to speak fast, but also be clear. If your words are slow or broken, people may lose interest. But if your words flow well and your message is clear, people will listen closely. This is why we need to work on both speed and smoothness. The goal is to speak in a way that sounds natural, not too fast, not too slow, but with confidence.
Yes, and one big part of that is pronunciation. If you say words clearly, it's easier to speak faster. So practicing how to say words the right way can really help. Also, when you know more words and phrases, you don't have to stop and think so much. Your brain already knows what to say. This helps you speak faster without feeling nervous. A good tip is to learn useful short phrases and practice saying them again and again until they become easy for you.
Another thing to remember is this. Don't worry about being perfect. Everyone makes small mistakes, even native speakers. What matters is that your message is clear and you keep going. If you stop after every word to think, your speaking becomes slow and unsure. But if you keep talking, even with small mistakes, you sound more natural. So try to build that habit of thinking and speaking at the same time. We'll talk more about how to do that in the next segments.
Exactly. Confidence comes with practice. If you want to speak fast and clear, practice every day. Even 10 minutes is enough. Read out loud, talk to yourself in English, or record your voice. These small steps make a big difference. You'll notice your words start to flow better and your speed gets more natural. So don't worry if it's not perfect right now. Just keep going and you'll see progress.
Let's move on to pronunciation and articulation. Two big parts of fast and clear English speaking. When your pronunciation is strong, people understand you quickly, even when you're talking fast. If your words sound unclear, your message gets lost. This becomes even more important when you're sharing complex ideas. For example, in a meeting or while explaining a concept, you don't want people guessing what you just said. That's why improving your English pronunciation can really change the way you speak and how people listen.
Exactly, Ryan. And articulation is just as important. Articulation means how clearly you move your mouth, lips, and tongue to say words. If your mouth is lazy or your words blend together, it becomes hard to understand you, especially when you speak fast. To improve articulation, one simple method is to practice tongue twisters slowly, then increase your speed. Also try reading out loud, but focus on saying each word clearly. This small habit helps your speech become more natural and smooth over time.
Another good tip for articulation improvement is rhythm practice. English has a natural beat. Some words are stressed, others are not. Learning this rhythm helps you speak with the right flow. You can listen to English songs or speeches and try to copy the rhythm. Don't worry too much about sounding perfect. Focus more on being clear. If people can understand you easily, that's what really matters. Fast speech techniques work best when your rhythm and pronunciation work together.
That's a great point. And let's not forget accent reduction. Now, you don't need to sound like a native speaker, but reducing a strong accent can help make your words clearer. A simple way to do this is by listening carefully to how native speakers say certain words and repeating them. Record yourself, compare, and adjust. This helps you hear the small differences. With time, your accent will get softer and your words will sound smoother, which is really helpful when you're speaking fast.
One more helpful exercise is slow speaking first, then speeding up. It may sound strange, but starting slowly actually improves your fast speech later. For example, say a full sentence slowly and clearly, like, "Communication is an important skill." Then say it again, a bit faster, and then faster again. This builds muscle memory in your mouth and trains you to speak clearly at any speed. These fast speech techniques are easy to practice daily, even if you're short on time.
Yes, and don't forget, practice doesn't have to be boring. You can use your favorite English TV shows, podcasts, or YouTube videos. Listen closely, pause, and repeat what the speaker says. Focus on how they pronounce and connect words. This will improve both your pronunciation and your overall speech flow. These small, fun habits help you speak more naturally, and over time, you'll notice you're not just speaking faster, you're also sounding clearer and more confident.
All right, let's now talk about one of the most powerful tools for fast English speaking: active listening. This means listening with full attention and picking up how English is actually used in real life, especially in academic and professional settings. When you listen carefully to debates, lectures, or podcasts, you don't just hear words. You notice tone, rhythm, stress, and sentence flow. It's like training your ears and brain at the same time. And over time, this habit helps you understand faster, respond quicker, and speak with more confidence.
Yes, and the best part is that academic English listening builds your vocabulary and structure naturally. When you listen to experts in interviews, TED Talks, or university lectures, you start absorbing how they organize their ideas. You also notice common phrases and transitions that help conversations flow smoothly. One tip I always give is to listen in short chunks, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then try to explain what you just heard, using your own words. This trains your brain to listen, understand, and speak more effectively.
Another technique that works really well is called the shadowing technique. It's simple, but very powerful. You listen to a short piece of speech, maybe one sentence, then repeat it at the same time or just a second after the speaker. Try to match their tone, speed, and pronunciation. It's like you're copying a native speaker in real time. This method improves your rhythm and pronunciation fast because you're training your muscles to move just like theirs. It's one of the fastest ways to sound more natural when you speak.
I love that technique too. And it's even more effective when you choose high-quality sources. For example, if you're working on academic English, pick content where the speakers are clear and professional, like university professors, journalists, or presenters from global platforms. Start by shadowing short, simple clips. Don't worry if you can't keep up in the beginning. Just focus on repeating key words and phrases. Over time, your fluency will improve naturally, and you'll feel more comfortable speaking at a faster pace.
You can even combine both methods, active listening and shadowing, in one session. For example, you can listen to a 3-minute academic podcast segment, note down key phrases, and then shadow the speaker as you replay it. This helps you notice how thoughts are structured and how the speaker moves from one idea to the next without losing clarity. These habits don't take long, but they really sharpen your ears and your tongue, which is exactly what you need for fast, clear speaking.
Exactly. And remember, even 10 to 15 minutes a day of focused listening and imitation can make a big difference. It's not about listening passively while doing something else. It's about engaging with the material. Choose a quiet place, put on your headphones, and really listen. When you do this regularly, you'll start to understand faster, speak more smoothly, and even think in English. That's the kind of progress that turns learners into confident speakers.
Let's move on to something really practical: speaking drills that can help you speak faster and more clearly. One simple drill is timed speech. You pick a topic, maybe something you just studied or read about, and give yourself 1 minute to speak non-stop. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to get your thoughts out smoothly. Over time, this trains your brain to organize ideas quickly and reduces hesitation. It's like working out your speaking muscles. Consistency really builds strength.
That's a great one, Ryan. Another drill I love is the summarization challenge. After reading a short article or watching a video, try to summarize it in 30 to 60 seconds. Focus on the main points and try not to use the exact words from the original source. This improves your ability to paraphrase, which is a key skill in English speaking practice. Plus, it forces your brain to work quickly and clearly, both very important for fast speaking.
Exactly. And for those who want a bit more of a challenge, debate simulations are excellent. You can pick a topic, choose a side, and try to explain your point in 1 minute. Then switch sides and argue the opposite. You can do this alone or with a friend. It helps you think fast, respond under pressure, and build confidence. These rapid fluency exercises also prepare you for real-life situations where you need to defend your ideas clearly and quickly.
I also suggest mixing drills into your daily routine. For example, every morning or evening, spend 10 minutes doing 2 types of drills, one for speed and one for clarity. Timed speeches, summaries, or even quick storytelling from your day can help. The more regularly you practice, the more natural fast speaking becomes. And remember, it's okay to repeat the same drill a few times. Repetition builds fluency.
And one more tip: record yourself. This is one of the most helpful English-speaking practice habits you can build. When you listen back, you'll catch things you didn't notice while speaking, like pauses, repeated words, or unclear pronunciation. Over time, you'll start correcting these automatically. You'll also see your speed and confidence improving week by week, which is super motivating.
That's so true. These speaking drills don't need to be long or complicated. It's all about being consistent and staying aware of how you speak. With just a few minutes of daily rapid fluency exercises, you'll notice your thoughts flowing faster and your words coming out smoother. And the best part is, you'll feel more confident in discussions, presentations, or even casual conversations. It's all about building habits that stick.
All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for fast speaking: academic vocabulary. If you want to speak quickly and clearly, especially in professional or academic settings, you need the right words at your fingertips. It's not just about knowing big words, it's about using the right words at the right time. When you have a strong bank of high-frequency English words, you don't have to pause or search for expressions. Your thoughts come out faster, and you sound more confident.
Exactly, Ryan. And the best way to build that vocabulary is through contextual learning. When you see new words in use, whether in lectures, articles, or videos, you understand how they work naturally. Instead of memorizing long lists, try reading about topics in your field and noting down words that come up often. Then, use those words in your own sentences. This helps you remember them, and it also trains your brain to use those words quickly when speaking.
Another great method is to use advanced word lists, especially ones focused on academic English. There are lists made specifically for university-level communication, like the academic word list. Pick 5 to 10 words a week, learn their meanings, and practice using them while speaking. Try pairing this with speaking drills we discussed earlier. Give a short talk using 2 or 3 of the new words. This keeps your vocabulary building active and connected to real speech.
Also, don't ignore subject-specific terminology. If you're studying business, law, science, or any specialized field, learning the common terms used in those areas can give your speaking a real boost. It helps you sound informed and saves time during explanations. Plus, these words often carry complex ideas in just 1 or 2 syllables. Perfect for fast, effective communication. Use these terms when talking about your subjects in practice sessions.
And here's something simple but powerful. Use flashcards. Write the word on one side and an example sentence on the other. Go through 5 or 10 cards every day, speaking each sentence out loud. The speaking part is key. It trains your brain to connect the word to speech, not just memory. Over time, your academic vocabulary becomes second nature, and that's when your speaking speed and precision really take off.
Yes, and remember, it's not about using fancy words just to sound smart. It's about choosing the right words to express your ideas clearly and quickly. Strong vocabulary means fewer pauses, smoother sentences, and more confidence. So be intentional with your vocabulary building. Learn words that matter to you, practice using them, and watch how naturally they start showing up in your speech.
So far, we've talked about building vocabulary, improving pronunciation, and practicing speaking drills. Now, let's talk about something just as important. What holds people back from speaking fast and confidently? One major challenge is speaking anxiety, especially during academic presentations or group discussions. Even if you know the material, nerves can get in the way. You might start second-guessing yourself, editing your thoughts mid-sentence, or freezing up altogether. This hesitation slows you down and your message loses its impact.
That's such a common issue, Ryan. One thing I've noticed is that many learners try to make their sentences perfect while speaking, which actually blocks their fluency. This habit of over-editing thoughts is a big barrier in rapid speech. The key is to trust your preparation and let your ideas flow naturally. You don't need to speak perfectly. You need to speak clearly and confidently. And confidence builds over time with the right kind of practice. It's okay to make small mistakes as long as your message is strong and your delivery is steady.
Exactly. And to overcome speaking anxiety, it helps to shift your focus away from yourself and onto your message. Instead of worrying about how you sound, think about what you're trying to communicate. This mindset helps reduce stress. Also, try breathing exercises before you speak. It sounds simple, but deep breathing calms your nerves and steadies your voice. Another great tip? Practice with friends or record yourself. It's a safe way to rehearse and get used to speaking without fear.
I totally agree. And another powerful technique is spontaneous speaking. Set a timer and talk about any topic for 1 minute without stopping. Don't plan it, just speak. This helps you think on your feet and build mental flexibility, which is essential for handling academic communication challenges. Also, try joining group discussions or speaking clubs. The more you practice thinking and speaking at the same time, the more natural fast speaking will become.
One more thing that helps is preparation. Not just content preparation, but emotional preparation. Before a presentation or class discussion, visualize yourself speaking confidently. Go over your main points, rehearse them a few times out loud, and remind yourself that you're ready. Confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It's built through repetition and self-trust. And once you push past that initial discomfort, you'll realize you're more capable than you think.
Yes, and it's important to be kind to yourself through the process. Everyone faces rapid speech barriers, even native speakers. Don't let one awkward moment shake your confidence. Learn from it and keep going. Focus on your growth instead of perfection. Remember, your goal is to communicate your ideas clearly, not to impress with fancy words or flawless grammar. With consistent practice and a calm mindset, your fluency will improve, and you'll feel more at ease speaking in any situation.
Let's finally talk about how you can add fast English speaking to your daily academic routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. One simple method is to set aside just 5 to 10 minutes a day for focused speaking. You can pick a topic from your syllabus and try explaining it out loud as fast and clearly as you can. It's a great way to practice summarizing information. Plus, it sharpens your thinking too. These mini sessions add up over time, helping you feel more natural and confident during real conversations or presentations.
That's a great start, Ryan. Another effective way to improve is by making use of group discussions. When you're studying with classmates, take turns leading short discussions or summarizing chapters. Challenge yourself to speak a bit faster than usual without losing clarity. You can also join language clubs or create a study group where you practice academic speaking tips regularly. This will help you use your vocabulary and ideas in a more spontaneous, confident way.
And here's a tip that really helped me. Record yourself speaking. Choose a short topic, record a 1-minute fast explanation, then listen back. You'll notice where you pause too much or lose clarity. This kind of self-assessment helps you improve naturally. You can also track your progress week by week. Even better, ask a friend or classmate for feedback. Getting a second opinion is one of the fastest ways to spot small issues and grow your student communication skills effectively.
Exactly. Feedback gives you a fresh perspective. And don't forget to bring these skills into your actual class presentations. Start your preparation with a timed script, rehearse it a few times with faster pacing, then practice delivering it without reading. This trains your brain to think and speak at the same time. It's one of the most practical ways to turn practice into performance. The more you use these techniques during your academic tasks, the more your fluency will grow naturally.
And if you're serious about continuous language improvement, make it part of your lifestyle. Use English when explaining something to a friend, teaching a younger sibling, or summarizing your day. These real-life moments are your best training ground. Don't wait for a perfect setting, just start using English more and try to do it a bit faster each time. Over time, this builds confidence that no classroom drill can replace.
Right. Consistency is the secret. The more often you speak, the more natural it becomes. Fast speaking isn't about rushing, it's about being in control of your message. With regular practice, useful feedback, and a few minutes of focus each day, you'll see real progress. Don't pressure yourself. Enjoy the process and keep learning. Remember, fluency is a journey, and every small step counts.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've covered everything from pronunciation and vocabulary to drills and real-life practice. Everything you need to speak faster and clearer in academic settings. Remember, your voice matters. Keep working on it and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Thanks for joining us on Speak Up. We hope these tips help you become a more confident and fluent English speaker. Keep practicing, keep challenging yourself, and most of all, keep speaking up. See you next time.